So I am taking Jesse Gilbert's advice and doing some video tutorials of the process of me writing this one-man show. And I've been writing for a few days now, though this is my first video, and I got about 5,000 words. And I should have been doing this a lot more because I feel like it's important to see my face during this process. There have been times where I didn't record that I was like crying my eyes out. And it's really tough because I recognize that there have been years where I didn't even say Jar Jar Binks. I just said the character, this character called. And I placed it outside of myself to protect myself because this has been such a heartbreaking experience for the past 20 years. So today while I was writing, I was thinking about, I ran this morning, and I was thinking about while I was running, like, I was all scared about making this show, and I don't think anybody's gonna come watch it, and performance anxiety stuff. I want it to be profound. I want it to be interesting. I want it to be funny. I was also thinking about how am I gonna put this thing together, and when is the right time for me to put this thing together. And I had this thought about media and why media, when it comes to what is black, the thing that I started writing about today is Jar Jar Binks wasn't black, but he was assigned black maleness by the powers that be. I was thinking that it's very easy for social media people to comment and be vitriolic and angry and racist because you don't have to write any code. In '99, when episode 1 came out, and these websites, Jar Jar Binks Must Die, calling for the death of the character, and just the brutality that was shown to Jar Jar Binks. The reason why I felt like that is much stronger than what happens now is because you have to make that website. You have to code that thing. And that wasn't that easy at the time. There was no Wix, there was no WordPress. There was Dreamweaver and there was, but you had to do some work. And people felt so passionate about it that they did the work to do that and put that out there. And the vitriol and the anger and the drive that fueled that work came from this ability to assign blackness, assign American blackness, assign Caribbean blackness to this character. And once that was done, everybody was all right with treating that character the same way you've treated black men in the Americas throughout history. It goes in so many different feelings and in so many different ways, it's just this up and down feeling, Today I read the Rolling Stone article, and I hadn't read it in such a long time, and I read it again, and everyone was so optimistic. It's interesting to see like how everybody talks about Phantom Menace before it comes out, and then how everybody talks about Phantom Menace after it comes out. Before, I wanted a tattoo. I was gonna get a Jar Jar tattoo. That's how much it meant to me, and he saved me. It was just a really great start to movies. I had the play experience with Stomp. I had the movie experience with Star Wars, and I just felt like this is just the best. I am well on my way. So when I read the Rolling Stone joint, I was just like, this is just amazing. That feeling of optimism, excitement, it was there. And then I feel like been playing defense for 20 years. And not defense of Jar Jar Binks, but defense of me. I'm trying to be real, you know. And there's a lot of people out there in the Twitterverse and in the internet that will say that I'm a crybaby or a bitch or all of these things, you know. That was one of those things that led me to want to jump off a bridge, is what everybody would say. You know, as a man, you're supposed to be hard, you're supposed to be tough, you're supposed to be able to take a lot of shit, especially as a black man. Like, we don't talk about how we feel at all. In general, some of us do. I do. But in general, the stereotype is, you know, black men and black maleness is cheap. That's how you can shoot us in the street and get away with it. So this shit is hard saying this. Because in the back of my mind, I'm saying, don't be vulnerable. Don't be open. Everybody's going to think you soft. So having that instinct and writing this and talking about it is what's tough. In all of the press after the movie came out, I said the same thing. I'm from the Bronx. I grew up in a hard part of the world. People's opinions don't mean shit to me. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they did. I could pretend like I'm all hard and everything. I could pretend like it doesn't affect me. But it does. But the reason why it affected me so much back in the day was because I thought it was over. I thought it was done. I never wanted to be one of those like one and doneers. I never wanted to be like, oh, who's the dude who played Chewbacca? Like, I never wanted to be that guy. I never wanted to be like David Prowse. Like, you would always hear these stories of David Prowse who like did all of this work as Darth Vader and then went to see the movie and he was like, what? Who's that talking? And this is James Earl Jones, you know? James Earl Jones gentrified Darth Vader. I also talked about Liam Neeson today, who I miss quite a lot. And one of my biggest regrets is not staying in closer contact with Liam Neeson because I learned so much from him and he had a lot of faith in me. And part of me feels like I let him down. I don't know why I feel that way. Because he stuck his neck out for me, and I wish I could have performed in the way that he said I could. But there's always that thing, like, maybe I should have fought harder, maybe I should have did something different. I don't know what that something different is. I don't know what that fighting harder is, but there's a part of me that feels like I let him down, and it's silly. I don't know why I feel that way. I don't know why. He's the only person I feel that way about. Fuck. All right. More tomorrow.